Hey everybody, this is Claire, and this is Small Joyful Things. As always, I go to thrift stores, or I go to estate sales, or sometimes I buy things from Craigslist, and I'm usually looking for kind of things that appeal to me personally, or that I think would be interesting to tell a story about, or that I just maybe sometimes see a lot and I want to tell you guys something important about it. And then I try to find out as much as I can, or more than I already know, and I tell you guys about it. And I got something really cool today. This vase. I hope it shows up alright in the camera. It's just, I just about died when I saw this on the shelf. Bought this in a thrift store for $10 and I absolutely overpaid for it, and I don't care. Cannot believe I've managed to get my hands on this vase. There's a story going on here. Okay, we're going to talk about it in a minute. We're going to measure it up first. So if I get this, about 7.5 inches tall, and let's say 4.5 inches wide. It's sizable. It's chunky. It's got nice weight to it, if that makes sense. It is hand blown. You can see it's got this lovely two-tone glass, green fading into pink, and it's kind of a case thing. It's kind of hard to see the layers there, maybe a little bit. Leave that off. Now, no marks or nothing on them, just that usual kind of slightly cloudy bottom, whatever you want to call it, ruffled top, and no chips, no cracks, no nothing. A couple of bubbles, I think. I was checking in a while ago to see if we could spot any. Yeah, there's a few like really tiny ones there. They're kind of hard to see. Okay, so what exactly have we got here, right? We have a vase which is somewhat infamous, okay? I have seen pictures of this vase in so many different contexts, all right? And it's usually people looking at it going, oh my God, it's Murano sommerso and it's worth hundreds of dollars. It is like, if you're going to do some search terms for Murano, there is a very good chance you will eventually get a picture of this particular vase. It is just so well known. And I'm going to show you, if we just take a quick look on the old iPad. Murano pink green vase. And there you go. There it is. And it's all its in all its silly glory. And you can see someone's actually decided to identify it as a Rubina Verde art glass or something like that. No, it's not. It's a Teleflora. It's from Teleflora. It's made in China. I mean, it's nice, but it's not like, it's not this. It's not Murano sommerso. Not hundreds of dollars worth of Italian art glass. It's just a kind of nice vase made in China. It's something, I'll tell you. Like, and the thing is that like these are kind of just mediocre examples. This one is quite nice because obviously it's hand blown, and it was used for Teleflora for like gifts and stuff, you know, for flowers. It didn't have to be that good. This one is just particularly nice. So how do we know it's Teleflora? Well, here we go. Because the glass collecting subreddit has come to our rescue and given us this. Big shout out to John. He's one of the users there. He is a treasure when it comes to knowing his stuff about art glass. There's very rare that he actually come up against something that he does not know. And here is one of the examples that he gave us. This is obviously the base of this one with the sticker still intact. And there you go, Teleflora, made in China. And to be honest, like, I still don't mind it that much. It's still it's a lovely vase. It's, you know, apart from the fact that it's made in China. The nice thing about this is that, like, it's still kind of popular even though it's made in China. People get this idea that, like, oh, it's made in China, it's going to be rubbish. It's not. It's still quite nice art glass. So, okay, so apart from that, what else we got? Here. So I did take a quick look on eBay, right? And this time we want to actually be honest about, like, what it actually is. The Teleflora pink green vase. And we've got some sold listings here. Be careful now not to knock it over or anything. And you can see that, like, it's still, there's kind of, you know, different, there, you know, the prices are variable a little bit. But they're still kind of reasonably nice. There's like this one here sold for $37 Canadian. That was sold for 20. Like the shipping again is something you got to watch out for. That one sold for, there you go, 21 Canadian, but with high shipping as well. 21 Canadian, $30 shipping. That one, best offer accepted. Shipping was ridiculous. But this is pretty good. It's like we have a plenty of solds, of like comparable sold listings. If I just turned off sold a second, another 14 results. So people are selling them right now. It's even a 2 for there. It's quite nice. And there's not that many. Prices will be kind of all over the place because, you know, if you know what it is, you kind of don't really know, you know, it's kind of like, okay, how do you price it? I think, to be honest, I paid $10 Canadian. I'm going to list it for $20 and then it'll go to whoever's going to use it at that. I think that's a very fair price for it. It's just so, it was just the weirdest thing in the world to see this on the shelf, knowing that basically that I've seen pictures of it and I knew ahead of time that it was Teleflora and not Murano. I wonder if I hadn't known, I would have looked at this and thought, oh wow, that's a lovely art glass vase. I wonder who made it. Can I find it out? I'm going to buy it. It's because, you know, $10 is $10. I generally will pay not quite as much as that for art glass that I don't know. It would have to be quite nice art glass for me to spend $10 on it. Otherwise, I'm just not going to bother. It would certainly have to be, like, I would have to think that it's Murano. In this case, knowing what I know about, like, Murano glass, I'd be just like, nah, that's not Murano. Nice art glass, not Murano, probably something else. I don't think I would have nailed it. I would have kind of pegged it, like, as being from Teleflora, though. That's just, yeah, I don't know about that. It is still just, it is incredibly nice. Not Italian, it's still incredibly nice. And you can see obviously by the listings that they are kind of popular. For what it's worth, as far as I can tell, this is actually vintage. It's from Teleflora in the 90s. And there is some question online about like whether or not Teleflora kind of gift stuff is starting to become kind of collectible or popular. And I think if that does happen, this vase is very likely going to become like one of those things that you just have to have. Like that's like one of the classic Teleflora pieces that everyone kind of has. It's the story about it being Murano and everyone kind of thinking it's that, but it's not really. Then you've got that, and you know, you can see, you can go ahead and put your flowers and everything in it. For what it's worth, I do actually have some fake flowers. I put it in just to see what it looks like. It looks incredibly nice. It's a very, very nice flower vase. So Teleflora at least knew what they were doing when they designed and had this made. So what's going to happen? I'll be selling it on eBay. I did actually hear a story from the last collecting subreddit as well. Apparently someone actually took one of these vases, drilled through the base of it and turned it into a lampshade, you know, like that. And it looked beautiful, I have to say. I personally would be terrified of doing that because although it looks lovely, this thing weighs a lot. And I'm not sure I want to risk that being like over, you know, above my head or like, you know, hanging off a desk or something. So have a think about that if you ever want to actually buy one of these. Hey, you might turn it into a lampshade. Just, you know, be aware of the fact that it's quite heavy. So anyway, this is my small joyful thing for the day. I think it's very fine myself. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.